Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market look embarrassed. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink 'em like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blues Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. What the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market look embarrassed. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix. Flying high in the sky, and I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house, I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together, talk about financial freedom. BTC, ETH, XRP, that's a threesome. Three-way. Blockchain tokens got your boy really eating. Cryptocurrency is a...
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone's good. Let me make sure all systems are working here. One camera is out, let's fix that. There we go. Still Gay cameraman. That's not cooperating. Let's try now. If now it doesn't work, I'm upset. Okay, there we go, there we go. Not upsetting me today. Oh. So, let's get into the stream here. So today is gonna be Wednesday. We have some PPI news today. That's about it. A little bit of CHF news, but not till later. Nothing too hectic. Tomorrow's CPI news, the big one, right? So market pre-CPI. CPI is inflation data. They're expecting inflation to go up, which is gonna make it harder for them to continue to reduce interest rates. Also, unemployment is going to be very important. If this number ticks up, they're expecting the number to tick down, but what we've seen with NFP, this could tick up here and we could see a big shock in the market by CPI, leading into what we talked about on the webinar on Sunday, some of these, you know, ideas of the Fed in a difficult position and this hype starting to leave the market, starting to see gold top off and everything like that for now. So let's have a look here at what's going on the technical side of things. So no news for our session right now. Daily time frame here is closing off bearish. So bearish candle close, leaving a rejection wick instead of a rejection wick from downside like we had here. We're leaving a rejection wick from upside. And we can see a 4-hour time frame creating support, leading us into mixed session bias today. This is your 4-hour support down here. We can go ahead and mark some of this daily zones here so we know. Let's have a look at this daily. I want to see how this looks. It's our daily resistance here. There we go. And 4-hour time frame now trying to make its way back to 55. 1-hour time frame coming back to retest our previous 1-hour range, mixed session buy. So we could see some sells from the previous range here. Let's go mark that previous 1-hour range. See something like this. I'd say buys would be above this. Let's see what this is on 15. It's a little bit higher. That on 30 it's a resistance on 30, and yeah, fixed camera please. Yeah, it's because of this freaking we'll just leave it like that. I'll fix it after, but we're stuck at this potential. Let's see if it works now. We're stuck at this potential resistance here, 30-minute resistance a little bit higher. So ideally we want to be buying above that or to that, not at it. Now for sells, it's tough. How would we want to tackle this? Very tough position here for London. Very tough. Mid-range. Sucks to be mid-range. Bottom range easy, top range easy. Mid-range right now, it's like kind of 50-50, right? So we could either head up from here or we could also head down. So we need changes of structure in both directions in that scenario. Changes of structure to downsides, changes of structure to upside. I'd say our sells are mainly going to come below 40 here. We just have this previous resistance. We might want to have some problems with. That's at 39,100. 40 is a little bit higher. So let's get some more information. We could also try to buy towards this 30-minute resistance here, if it makes sense. Let's just double check the 1 hour. We have tapped that already. It's a very tough zone, man. Yeah, so we need to be pretty aggressive in this zone if we're going to try tackle through this zone here. We need good volume and aggressive trades. So maybe a buy above this high here. We can look to squeeze a small buy above the high. And see if we get volume to push in. No volume, we should get out. But if there is, it should be okay. Key level there, it's hard. Yeah, but it's the only choice you have, to be honest. Otherwise, you just don't trade that. Because you're both, it's the same setup to downside that it is upside. If we create structure and break downside, we sell into 40, right? Right into 40, break of low. You create structure and then break to upside, we buy into 45. That's why it's a tough zone, because we're stuck between 40 and 45, you see? So both ways you're going to be doing the same thing. The only option you have today is just to say, okay, fine, I'm not even touching this. It's too much of a risk for me. Or you give it a shot and try push through it. If it doesn't push through, you get out, right? So that would be the case. I mean, if it closes above it, there's still a tiny bit of room, but I don't know if it's enough. Like, that's why we need volume, right? To be able to push through that 45 level. And if we close above, we need to push through that 30-minute resistance. Like 3-4 pips is not going to be enough, right? That's the problem here. It's going to be super tight. So you could also manage your trade, take less of a loss and expect volume, you know? 4 hour and 1 hour consolidated, it's a toss of a coin. In mid-range, right? When we come in mid-range, it's always the most difficult to trade because it's a 50% chance it goes up, 50% chance it goes down. So it's always not the easiest case. We would want something to show us, like, you know, you see here is pretty clear, right? When we mid-range, we pop up, we start to come down, we get this structure change, then the sells. Like, that's easy. But we don't have any of that now. Because this could have created support, change structure towards the upside, and we start to trend up as well. You know, kind of this, what happened here, right? So what do we see? We see structure change towards the downside, limited continuation, support formed, price wanted to try some upside first. We're in that same area. So that's why it's like always in the range, you need to just let the charts develop more information and don't try fabricate an idea that is not going to be effective, right? Fabricate an idea that is shown to you on the charts by candles forming and printing in a way that gives you confidence of a certain direction. So we'll see how this 1 hour candle closes here, whether it closes bearish, doji, whatever, bullish. DAX on the other hand here pushed up yesterday. Beautiful move on DAX, but it came super late here. This was a beautiful buy here, but at 21:30, man, 8:30 is late, man. Is that even 8? No, that's 9:30. Even I mean, that's past London close, past everything. But that was what I was waiting for all session yesterday on DAX, looking for those buys. But it just came super late outside my trading time and then played out. So now we're back to that point we were yesterday. Let's see what the analysis is, right? So daily time frame still closing bullish, but the problem is we're still at that resistance. If it could have closed above that resistance, we'd have a lot higher probabilities today to continue bullish. So we need to remain above this daily resistance today if we want to continue up, right? 4 hour time frame, we have this now newly made 4 hour resistance. So we are mixed session bias. So if price does want to reject around this daily resistance area, sells will open up. And sells will open up clearly below the 4 hour support. So pretty straightforward for sells. If I'm going to look for sells, going to be below the 4 hour support. Now, I have to consider, do I want to try sell earlier than that? Not really, if I'm being honest. Not really. It's really tough in here, but below here seems to be easy. So for me, sells are going to be below the 4 hour, previous 4 hour, which is sitting right here. And I'll look to continue the move down to fill some of this clean candles area here. As for the buys today, this candle just opened the new 1 hour candle, 1 hour creating support here. We have 1 hour resistance here. I think for the buys, we're going to be looking for above this 15. And we have the idea to try push through this resistance high yesterday and fill this LTA. So we'd be taking a trade where we try to push through this 15-minute resistance here, remain above the daily, and get through this 15-minute resistance on the left here, which could cause us issues. This one right here, right? So the idea would be to push through it. If not, then we'd be trading above it, obviously, as we have some clean candles here to be able to fill. Same thing on the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute, we actually have more range. So it could be nice. So for me, I rather see some pullback now and then close above on 5. And I think straight away like that, give it a shot. If it just does what it was doing yesterday, random pushes, pretty hard to trade with random pushes. Not really the most ideal scenarios. No bottom wick on the 1 hour as well is annoying. We'll double check that on broker. Sometimes broker will print a bottom wick here, but nevertheless is definitely something we don't really want, is to have to deal with the no bottom wick and then look for buys. Yeah, we have a gap as well, so that's very not ideal scenario today, and we are pushing randomly. So Harry, regardless of the time on DAX, that can still be a position if volume presents itself. But how do you know volume is going to present itself? You can't look into a magic 8 ball and say volume is going to come right now. you're buying the highest point of the session. Keep that in mind, right? You're going to be buying the highest point of the session. The whole of New York session, price was down here. You're going to involve yourself at the highest point of the session. So if there's no volume, you're going to get cooked. Fake out back in the range and absolutely cooked. So if you're going to take that type of trade, you know, you need like a intraday idea. Hold it over Asian, stop loss below the whole range like this, you know, or stop loss below all the way here, you know. You need that type of information. So good, we're coming back now. Hopefully it makes a bottom wick. It will leave us less of a headache and we won't have to worry about getting involved in buys and making a bottom wick. This wick it's left up here is a potential target for the session now. So we'll see how that ends up forming. But that's the analysis for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. If everything made sense, leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. 200 plus of us in here. If you can get the likes up to 150, I would appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Why are you bearish on DAX, man? Why? I'm not bearish on DAX. I'm mixed bias on DAX. We're at daily resistance. If price does not hold above daily resistance, it's going down. Same shit as yesterday. London ended up going down, right? Look at the retracement yesterday. We're only back to where we were yesterday. We're not even progressing past yesterday. Right? We're not progressing. Was this a FOMO trade? Key level close above all-time high? What is this? On gold yesterday? It's very aggressive, man, but you're just utilizing volume. That's it. So you have to expect to lose those if no volume comes through and just accept it. You know, all-time high is a special type trade. It's very easy to catch all-time high trades when there's volume. You know, you can be entering or using 1 minute strat. You can be going aggressive, but it's really just one of those shots where you have to view the market, see the pressure in the market, see the volume. And this is something that cannot directly be taught. This is something that can that you have to learn with experiences, to see pressure in the market, right? See the market moving in real time. That's why backtesting when you skip candles will never teach you that. You can learn yourself by simulating, but you have to simulate with candle playing, right? That's why a big emphasis is I never launched Pip Labs. If I would have never launched a backtesting software if we only had candle skip feature, because I'm not doing anything different, right? That candle skip feature is what I trained on. It got me to where I am. It's why I made sure to involve it. I never trained myself on just skipping by 1 minute. I always used to play the candles. So you have to learn that. When you learn that, you can give those type of trades a shot. Once you give those type of trades a shot, if it just dies on volume and you get stopped out, that's it. You move on. Don't FOMO into anything more. You took the risk. Didn't work out. Get on with your day. You know, all-time high works like that, you know. Great video on Way On, man. Big motivation. Thanks, brother. Thanks. Glad you liked it. Oh, by the way, guys, I got the confirmation from YouTube. They have acknowledged my 100k subscribers and verified me as all real subscribers and are sending me a plaque now. So hopefully we'll see how long it takes them to send the plaque. I put all my details in. I gave... They gave me the code and everything. So now we just wait. Now we just wait. They said on the delivery, they said 1 to 2 weeks. We'll see if they live up to that. But hey, it would be cool if it can come in 1 to 2 weeks. I'll be happy to have that. Nice to know that no one spam subscribed me with fake subscribers. I was worried about that, you know. you know, some people, they like to hate and ruin your algorithm. They spam subscribe with fake subscribers, you know. But they filtered through all my subscribers and it's legit. So we actually grew a channel to 100K. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. Especially for someone not very popular, hype guy. You know, there's a reason why my videos only get, you know, 9,000, 4,000 views. I'm not getting 50K views for my subscriber count. Remember, all of these subscribers has come from grind. Because I'm a guy who puts out real information, and real information gets boring quick because the boring stuff is what works. Go to any profession in the world and you will see that the boring stuff is what works. But the difference is this is the difference. 1,000 videos. There's not many creators out there that will keep pushing out content for 1,000 videos. I'm actually at a point now where I'm struggling to come up with some video ideas, and I think I have to transition to just more vlog style because that's easy. Oh shit going on. Looking for sells below here, mixed session bias. Yeah, it would be good if this creates structure first then breaks out. I know 100K is not a massive achievement, but it's just like it's pretty cool to hit that number, get an award. Plenty of channels with more, especially for a small channel like me. No shout outs, no flashy lifestyle 24/7, you know. Basics of candlesticks. Yeah, I think I need to reintroduce a basic series. That's my plan for 2026. I'm gonna make a video series, you know. Man, it's a lady on London. She's having 2K views on stream. She's doing BS analyzing. Yeah, it's okay, man. You know, it's okay. We used to be running shit in it will come back, man. We will end up on top. I don't know, it's just the algorithm not helping pushing my stream as much, you know. People don't want to support like before. But that doesn't matter. 100K is huge, man, more than a Wembley Stadium. Yeah, it's pretty insane to think about. I think the bad market has wiped out a lot of people past 2 months or two. Actually, no, views has been same the past 2 months. It was what happened last year. This is what wiped out a lot of my views. When other streamers went down, it just took them down with them. And then when MT5 got banned in US, those are the two. And then when prop firms went down, those three things hit my, those are the ones that hit my channel. And then normally you just have like a, normally you just have like the algorithm help you. But you know, when you're posting so much content, algorithm is a bit overloaded. You just need like a refresh. It comes with time. Consistency got me to where I am today. So, you know, I just want to try help as much people before, you know, because I'm not going to stream forever as much as I'd love to. But, you know, it's just how, it's the honest thing. So I want to try get as much value out to as many people. And then focus on bigger things and more niche things and stuff like that. I think I'll always trade with people around because I enjoy it. That's the difference between me. It's almost virtually impossible for someone to show up to like 700 streams, 600 streams and not have some sort of passion. Like, you know, it's kind of like the gym. Not every day you feel like doing it, but you do it anyways because you love it. And that's the difference between me. A lot of people trade online, they stream because they need to sell their course, or they have to do it to, you know, promote their shit or just to make a brand for themselves. But that doesn't last long because they will fold under pressure. They will not get the course sales they need and quit. But for me, I'm here trading and I've never let anything put me down, to be honest. Any obstacle that's come in the way, I've proudly and shown that live, right? I've shown a massive 4 trade losing streak, which is nothing, but it was really drawn out. It was really drawn out. Let's see, guys. 3 minutes. Hopefully 3 minutes is close above. Any deeper, we're going to have issues. We want it slightly deeper than this. I'll tell you why. Because we just tapped that 45. So slightly deeper I would prefer, actually, believe it or not. Where's my second key level? But if not, let's see, this 45. One hour there as well. 1 hour, we're just slightly, there we go, there's our 45. 1 hour, we're gonna have to try push through, bro, unfortunately. This is the only shot we have today to try push through these levels. 2 minutes though, hopefully it needs to chill, gold. Gold needs to chill right here. You don't want above 30, it's too late by then, man. It's gonna be risky, man. Because imagine now this closes above 30, it's done. You know, you need to wait for structure again. You need to wait because even above 30, we have these previous levels. And it's like we want to try get to the 30. We want to work smarter, not harder. But it's kind of gone already. So we have to wait now for structure. And then we can take the trade again. Unless we try push through this 30 right now. I wonder, but the problem is stop loss. It doesn't make sense now. 38, yeah. That's I've come to point where 5 back-to-back losing is getting normal to me. You want to try avoid that though. You want to try avoid that. I might take it. It was my plan, buys above 30. If you trust the volume, just, you know, if this is not too big of a candle close for you, for me it is. I don't see like it risk to reward wise being worth it, but who knows these days with gold, man? You could get really nice candles. Like, you needed to push double this resistance here. Your 1-to-1 is going to be all the way up there. I doubt that happens in one candle, but hey, I could be wrong. So for me, I'd prefer now to be structured, then close above the 30. Then I would take that. But just a straight close above the 30 right now, I wouldn't take it. Wouldn't take that just yet. Congratulations on 100k. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Support the stream, guys. Leave a like. Let's try get to 600 viewers. 600 viewers, we're going to do a giveaway. And I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway live on stream where I give away like... When we hit a viewer goal, like we hit 600 viewers, I give away $600. We hit 800 viewers, I give away $800 live. We hit 1,000 viewers, I give away $1,000 live. Like literally, I'll be asking for your PayPal send, PayPal send, PayPal send. So we might do something like that. We'll see how to do it. Live, we'll do it. So it did close above the 30 here. Too deep close for me. We'll split it up as well. We'll set the first giveaway target at 650. And hopefully that money can help people buy accounts, join the exclusive. If I was a smart person, I know it kind of invests back into myself, which I would appreciate, but it's kind of like if I was a smart person, I would take the money. So let's say I give $100 to 6 people. I would put 50 of those dollars. Yes, I know that $50 will come back to me, but it's actually going to help you. I put those $50 into investing into the exclusive, and then the other $50 to buy, you know, to buy an account, right? You can buy a 50k futures account. So, or I would buy a PipLab subscription. I know it sounds cheesy because I'm reinvesting, but actually it allows you to buy a tool that you actually need without needing to spend money. And it's a win for all. Like, honestly, it's a win for all. So I might give the option like, hey, do you just want to be added instead of me sending you cash? Then we can actually see who really wants to be a trader and who doesn't want to be a trader. When is the 100k Dubai trip giveaway? We need to set up the forms, and then it will be sent to the guys in the exclusive group, and then they will apply. So all the guys, if you are part of the exclusive group, you will be able to join that, since you guys have a level of barrier and they get the priority there. So only exclusive group members. So if you want to try to be part of that giveaway, you can join the group to be part of that. Obviously percentages are low. If I win, I want lifetime access, no cash. That's fair enough, right? Even Pip Lab subscription giveaway valuable AF. We will have that soon because we have V5 coming, right? So that's always exciting. Look guys, no 5-minute structure here. Yes, it closed above the 30. It is a zone I'm interested in, but I just can't justify the stop loss at the moment because I can't run a tighter stop loss. My stop loss has to be here, and that's not even below the wick. So even if it comes all the way up here to fill this LTA, I'm not even at half of my TP. Damn, you said it's for everyone? It's too much for everyone. I can't just bring a random person. And the guys in the exclusive group are the ones who support, the guys who have been on YouTube. They've come here to join. So they deserve it the most, man. It's just how life works. So it's not damn, it's yeah, he's right. You guys get so much for free. These guys, if anyone deserves to win a trip, it's someone who's actually locked in focus. Imagine you bring someone random from YouTube who just barely been watching you, like doesn't support you. He just joined the channel and then he comes to Dubai for the trip and then never uses what he learned, you know? It's like such a waste, man. You know, I'm gonna be spending thousands of dollars on this trip, bro. It's really not cheap for me. And no other person is doing this. Tell me one YouTuber right now with my traction who's doing this much and is not affiliate. Like, I'm not affiliated with anyone. I don't get deals to give you guys prop firms. I sponsor all my own giveaways. You know, I'm already extremely cheap in my products, but I do it to help the community and to create a fun environment, you know? So the fact that I want and I'm happy to fly someone out and organize that and, you know, host that, like that's a big commitment to my own community. Most guys won't even spend $1, man. They're just greedy. I always try to give back in value or something like that, even though most of the time I don't get back what I put out, but monetary wise. But at the end of the day, money is just money, bro. Money is just money. I take more pride in, like, you know how happy I'll feel, like if that person really enjoys, they come with a smile and like they leave with something maybe not life-changing, but new perspective, and they had a blast in Dubai and, you know, experience fun lifestyle, cars, this, that. You know what I mean? Like for me, like that's worth it. Money comes and goes, but that type of memories stay, right? You know, for both parties. You know, you have that documented. And for me, that's what's worth it. I think Dan Holmes does something very similar with Dubai trip. Yeah, but is it affiliated with like a prop firm, a broker or something? They will host it. I'm hosting this from my side, all out of my pocket. I'm the one who's going to be hosting everything. All that person has to pay for is like food, water, anything they wanna. If they're gonna go out by themselves, you know, then they can pay for taxis and stuff. But anything they do with me, I'm covering it, you know. That's how it's gonna work. Why don't you do the affiliate thing? It's great money, man, but I need to make sure I'm very careful of who I do an affiliation deal with, because I don't want to let down my audience, man. One thing you can trust with me is that I'm very, very, very strict when it comes to my reputation and to what I involve my audience with. So I'm not gonna let, like, I've had some amazing deals, guys. I'll be honest with you. I've had someone offer me a monthly salary of $10,000 to promote their product, but they were shady. Like, that's easy 10K, man. Plus affiliate commission. You know? Like, of course, I won't mind an extra 10K a month. That's 100K a year if I assign a deal with them. But at what cost? At what cost if something happens? Like, that's my whole reputation gone. That ruins PipLab's image. That ruins my image. Remember, I'm the face of PipLabs. That's a big company for me. It's a lot of money. You know? That's a lot of money. So the money that I put in is not worth 100K in the year, honestly. The effort that has gone into that, like I said, again, it comes back to that thing. Money is just money. Like, honestly, guys, you'll discover that soon enough. It's an amazing tool. You can have a lot of fun with it. But at the end of the day, it's not the core. It's not the core focus of everything. Like, I'm not scared to spend money on things that are going to get me better, that are going to make me happy, enjoy. I'm not scared, man. How much for 50% of PipLabs? If you wanted an accurate number, I'd have to calculate it. We had a valuation of our software. It was valued 7 figures on our version 4. We had to do that for registration purposes, for patents and stuff like that. Harry, you're a single investor in PipLabs? Yes, me and Antonio. Harry, why don't you start a PipLabs coin? Could you invest in it? Because I'm fortunate enough not to need investment. Like, I'm happy to invest in that. I'm not struggling for money on that. You know, I don't mind that. We haven't taken any money from that. You know, especially before V5, it's like, you know, I'm not, you know, we've paid expenses, small things here and there, but it's not like we've used that as a societally source of income. That's not that project just yet. It will do, and I'm being honest, like, that will make good money when it does well. And that's the whole point, you build projects, right? And it's not a charity, it's a business. And people need to understand that, you know? We just don't need the money, Legion, man. We don't need the money. Like, it's okay. If we did, yeah, we would be looking for different ways that we could raise money, but we really don't. We're running smooth. Everything's fine. The next step is going to be scaling version 5. We open our office in Dubai. We have our full team running, and then that's it. You know, we scale this hopefully to a 7-figure business, you know, with amazing value. Hopefully it helps thousands of traders. Spoke with Antonio yesterday, such a cool guy. Yeah, you see, I made him reach out to you. You told me on stream you were experiencing something with version 5. And I made our head developer reach out to you, man. I take this shit seriously, man. Tell me one person that's gonna make an owner of a company reach out to you personally when I see your name on stream. You know? Like, come on. It's the difference, man. I take real pride in, you know, I want to make sure it's something 100% project. You know, I really take a lot of pride in that. And I kill Antonio doing it, man. Really. Any small thing I really hammer, I tell him, listen, I want this fix like this. He does it, you know, but respect to him, man. Respect to him. He's done a lot for PipLabs. You have to shout out him. A lot of, you know, give respect where it's due. I'm the guy just yapping. I'm the guy yapping of what I want and this and that. He's the one who makes it happen, so. DAX is one of the best because no commission and good London volume. Yeah, that's why I'm looking on it. Tony needs to hop back on the Zoom. Yeah, he's a night owl, man. He's really good at working at night. When I visited him in Italy, man would send it at night. You know, you eat dinner there at 11 o'clock, so to wake up early, you know, it's just like he works insane during the night. So he'll grind pip labs. He'll grind pip labs till like, you know, 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning.
Funny thing is about Antonio, that man has no filter as well. That guy's jokes sometimes.
Yeah. Check this out. We're getting the pullback we wanted, right? This is why I didn't trust those buys. Getting that pullback. This is a good thing though, because this pullback gives opportunity. Curious, do you calculate lot size using a tool or do you have it memorized on SL risk? Yeah, I can calculate in my head by now, man. A quicker way to execute if you can't get your head around calculating is to buy a risk management tool. It's not rocket science. It's even simpler than basic math to calculate your lot size. You know, you just need to trade. That's why I trade the same asset multiple times. I mean, I can't say it's that easy. I just done it for so long that it's just like, I know, like, because my stop losses are roughly around the same size. Another good tool is you could have a whiteboard on your wall, put a whiteboard, and then just put like 10 to 12 pip stop loss. I use this size. 20 to 25 pip stop loss I use from this size to this size on each pair, because slight pairs will be different. You know? DAX, do we want to break out on DAX? So today we just need to see if we get out this range on DAX, and then we should have some interesting movement. I saw you had a podcast with Raja. Yeah, we had a little podcast, me, him, and a guy called Daniel. Wayon hosted that. We'll see that. That one should be interesting. So the podcast worked like this. Raja was a prop firm owner. Daniel was a prop firm trader, and I was the non-hybrid, but I'm mainly non-prop firm trader. So that was the dynamic. So we had a bit of debates, shared some views. It was actually like a good conversation, you know? We were all balanced. It was good. It was good value, actually. I think everyone shared some amazing points. Everyone had a good knowledge. We could also ask each other good questions as well. Harry, how do we know where stop loss should be to avoid higher time frame retracements? I get caught in higher time frame retracements. Watch on YouTube stop loss placement. I posted a video called stop loss placement. Where is it? This is TP placement. Should be somewhere on here. I just name it different because you have to name it different. Maybe I'm getting confused with exclusive, but I do think I made a simple one on YouTube. You know what? We can just search. Oh yeah. I went, yeah, 3 months ago. There it is. This is the one here. You see, like these more advanced videos don't do well. And like it's only 12 minutes. The exclusive group version of this has 2 parts. And how long is the one in? How is the one in the exclusive group? I think it's stupid long. Holy shit, man! 3 years ago, that's nuts. Let's put some notes here so people know what we're looking for. Good thing we're not in gold. Yeah, it's pretty nice not to be involved in this type of drawdown. So now if we get a close above this 15, should be good for buys. We could even sneakily try a setup 2. Could work quite nice actually. So if this 15 closes bullish above this, we can trade to this resistance because it's at least around 10 pips here. Yeah, 11 pips, 10 pips, and then get the extension. And stop loss will be juicy. Stop loss will be like 20 pips. So it's pretty good that actually. Harry, is your net fixed? I'm still noticed some slowdowns. Yesterday I can't trade on phone. Tradingview just does not work. A broker does not work well on phone, man. Like, I mean, I was in New York session trying to trade from my phone, and it's just an absolute disaster. I don't recommend you guys trade from your phone anyways because it's not a good habit, but with my experience, it's not too bad. 2 minutes here. Can we close above here on DAX is the question. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What type of stop loss would we be working with? 23-point stop loss, not too crazy. What about the key level? Yeah, we would look for the setup 2 buys above the key level. Do you think we can short gold? I mean, today is mixed bias, so we could see some shorts, but not where we are right now. Did you mark previous 30-minute on gold? Yeah, it's this one up here. The box. I don't know. Maybe you can't see it because it's super faint. Do you see the box? It's just a little box. My goal is to try push through this 30-minute resistance. If it rejects the 30-minute resistance, it's going to be boring trade. But at least let's try get to it and see if we can push through it. So we need a close above here and a bottom wick. So step number 1 is going to be a close above, guys. If we can't close above, it's not going to be valid. So 30 seconds here. Can we close above Mr. DAX? Are you able to do that? Not looking like it is at the moment. 19 seconds, getting tight here. Can we close above? Last 10 seconds, does it want to pop up? Sometimes we have it last 10 seconds, so I'm still going to be ready here. Alright, we're stalled here, so no close above yet. We need to wait. We need to wait here, no close above yet. So it doesn't follow my rules. Showing me, and especially that we're below the 4 hours, not good. You see? So I need to wait here. I need to wait. If not, I'll take buys above this 15 if we just do some random price action and just drive. Spread on funded is cheeks. Is funded spread bad? Same DAX spread here, we got 50. Nearly 3. It's pretty shitty actually. So you guys will actually take a loss if it's break even because you're gonna be absolutely screwed. So just consider that, you know. You just have to accept that. Unfortunately, you can't change spread. It's annoying, yes, but you know. We might get gold sells as well. I have it on my other monitor here. If we start to break down below these lows, I want to see some change of structure though. Are you buying or selling DAX? I wrote it on the screen. I'm also funded. My spread on DAX is between 50 and 90. It's a good spread, man. Same like mine, minus 50. That's some good spread. That's 0.5 pips, man. Well, it's called points, but you know, it's sort of the same as pips. So 0.5 pips is extremely good. Pretty tight. See what gold wants to react from the bottom of the range. This 15-minute resistance now has been what? Crossed through twice. You can remove it. We could take a buy from the bottom of the range back up. We would use this only as a watch because still reacting a little bit from it. So we would use it as a watch. What do you mean by change of structure? You mean you're looking for bearish structure to form? Change of structure basically means you have a high and a low, and then the candle breaks above the high or breaks below the low. That will change structure. So let's say now we're having bullish structure here. You know what bullish structure is, right? Basics, higher highs and higher lows. So if we break this low here, close below, right? That's going to be changing our structure, right? If we get a candle closing below here, because now we'll be breaking the low. So that's what a change of structure is. Does that make sense? All good, man. I found funded is the best way. I think a balance between, you know, it does work well for a lot of people. But also for a lot of people, it's a pain in the ass. I think you should practice without fund. So I think maybe it's worth to wait 5 minutes here, if I'm being honest, guys. This 5-minute candle, no bottom wick. We could try trade towards this 5-minute resistance. A bit of a threat. I don't like the 1 minute no structural point here. So we could actually just take a clean 15-minute setup number 1 here. 15-minute setup number 1 would not be crazy. Take something like this. Put stop loss on the 5. 23 points. We had some great volume yesterday. Look at some of this volume we had yesterday. So I'm not worried about 23 points. Only thing I'm worried about is 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes is the only threat. Let's go and put a line here instead of this box. So it's nice and clear. Me waiting for Harry to say, what the fuck, you don't know what change of structure is, yelling? I yell when times need to be yelled at, you know? Answering a simple question, it's okay. But if you're gonna send me, if you've been in the group for like a month, 2 months, and then you ask me what change of structure is, then you get yelled at, yeah, for sure. I'm not only yelling at you, I'm rinsing you. I'm gonna tell you, you've been in the group for 2 months, what the fuck have you been doing? How have you been in the group for 2 months and you don't know what change of structure is? That's what I would be saying. But someone who's not been in for 2 months and is asking a question, I'm not gonna tear off their heads. You know? Good morning. What are you trying to be like? Powell? You need Chizo Crash Up? Bro. I actually forgot that name. But now you... Now you reminded me. That was freaking funny. That was super funny.
That one stream when he just lost it, bro.
Bro, it was so funny, bro.
So funny, bro.
It was, bro. No, you didn't miss anything, Mirko. We're looking for something on DAX. We'll see. 3 minutes for the candle close here. Will we get it above? Find out in today's episode. Hello, Harry. Good morning. Good morning, brother. How can I join the group? So you just go to the website, costs $1.8 per day. You press join now. There'll be a small question. You join on the wait list. Anyone joins the wait list today, I'll just accept you directly. It's the beginning of the month still, so I want you guys in, not waiting. So come in now, and I'll accept you today. So you don't have to wait. That's the link. Very, very simple. What's our POI for gold? We don't have because it's mixed bias at the moment. Oof. Should I take these gold shorts? No 5. Oh, we have one. Oof. I hate this scenario. I hate when we pop up like this and then pop down like this. Today, the market could, hate to use the word, but I'm not going to use the word, but screw traders on both sides. Screw the buyers and then screw the sellers here. Classic gold to do that. This is why I hate mid-range, right? Kind of like this, right? Screws the buyers if it broke the high, comes down, late sellers screwed, and then ends up going up. So I kind of, as much as I hate it, I want to close below 40. So let's see how this closes here. DAX, how is DAX closing, man? DAX, we need some volume last 1 minute. Come on, DAX, close above. Give us the close. Let's go, let's go. Time to move, DAX. This close is not the worst because the next candle can close above. I'll take the same buy. As long as the 15 closes above its own resistance, it's enough. It's enough if this closes above this resistance. But it's not, it's very aggressive to just go break of high, but it's enough to get a candle close above here. We'll trade to this resistance and see what happens. Oh, now it's getting close, man. I wonder if we'll flip and close above. I hate this. 5 minute close above that 15 on broker for DAX. Yeah, it's let's see. I mean, we need the 15 close above now. That's the problem. Makes it tough. Shit, look at gold. Gold is also looking for a buy here as well. So DAX closing below. I just saw gold flipped here. Last minute. Might be looking for a buy on gold. See if it can close above. Damn, now it's rejecting. Last 10 seconds. Wow, that's cooking everyone. Let's see if it closes above. I'll be looking for buys. Get away with like a 40 pip stop is pretty damn harsh though.
I was in
Yeah,
that.
we close below. We close below.
Just hit the stop loss and then it went up. So weird.
But what trade did you take? There was no trade.
It was a setup 2 breakout. I mean, kind of.
Where?
And setup 1. I'm sorry, setup 1. Where? The previous.
Were you on stream? I know which one, but did you hear what I said on stream about that?
Yes, you said it was a bad idea because it didn't close above the key level.
So if it's a bad idea, then why take it?
That's a good question.
You have to stop that, you know? If I'm telling you it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea. Even if it works out, it's still a bad idea. Just, you know, use that information to your advantage. Or if you have full FOMO, take it on demo, bro. Just take it on demo. And then compare your demo stats to what following a good plan, right? And see. I'd recommend doing that. It takes that urge. You actually do an action, but you're not risking real money. Okay, good close on DAX here. Can we get the close above now? On DAX, that is the question. Can we get the close above? At least Alexi taking accountability, love to see it. Yeah, respect to him for that. He always does that. He's never shy. And that's how he's going to get better, because if I keep telling him at some point he has to stop. And if he doesn't, he knows the result. It's super simple. Easy equation. It's either he makes the decision as like, look, if I keep doing this, Harry's just going to be in my ear. And he knows the result. And I'm not going to get to where I want to be. So it's a great thing from his side. You need that accountability. Next time he does it, maybe hopefully he thinks, you know, That's the point we want to get him to think before he makes an action.
How adverse are you, Harry, to trading the range? I actually took that move up just then on gold at the time it broke the first bullish 5. And I was actually planning it as I watched it start to range. I think it's going to range all day. I think we're in consolidation. But I know it doesn't fit the conventional model, but it kind of did to me. It was a pullback. And then the 5 got bullish, and it was a small 5, and I was looking for a break above. Took it, closed at the top, swept the wick. Now, does that make you want to hit me in the head, or is it a strategy?
It's valid, but the only thing in that is that today you just your probabilities as a trader is identifying it. You will watch a trader who believes that today the market's in a range, so it's totally valid. If you bought it at the middle of the range, I would say it's risky. You bought at the top of the range, I would hit you in the head. If you identify we're in a range. Buying at the bottom of the range, smartest place to buy. But we have to be convinced that we are in a range today. And if your analysis said like, okay, I do believe that we're in a range today, that's it. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Who cares, man? You know what I mean? You did the right step to believe you're in a range. If we are going to stay in the range, you're going to win. If we're going to break out the range, like if that candle wanted to break out on gold, then that's it. It will just break out and you lose the trade. So what? You see what I'm saying? So it's actually not a bad thing. You just need to be like, yeah, I'm fine with that. You know, I do that sometimes. Remember that time we were on DAX and I believed we were in a range, and then I sold, and people are asking me, how did you sell with that previous resistance there? How did you sell? I'm like, look, I had confirmation. Yeah, I sold the top. I believed we were going to stay in this range. So it's your job as a trader in that scenario to identify, are we in a range today or not? Because the only way you lose is when we break out. Come on, DAX. Don't be boring, man. Break out. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of this. Get above 853. Let's go. 853 buys. Come on. Give it to us, DAX. DAX might wait for the open to fly. Yeah, 10 minutes. That's why I want to be in on the next 5-minute candle and then hold through open like yesterday. I wouldn't mind holding through open like yesterday, would follow yesterday's patterns. But I very well know we might just... I mean, we could end up selling, huh? We could end up taking ourselves below the range here. If DAX wants to do that. Let's see what gold wants to do on the other hand here. It's trying to break out. 9 minutes is a long time though. That's what worries me. I cannot enter on 5 here. Yeah, I can't enter on 5, but 15 close above here would be nice. So let's see what gold does. Could you please clarify why it's important to approach a demo account with the same seriousness as a real account one? Because then you're just fooling yourself with practice. And I'd say demo accounts are a waste of time. What you can learn on a demo account, you can learn on a backtesting simulator. The demo account is only good to practice routine, right? And how I recommended it to Alexi to just do something instead of on live, just do it on demo when you're doing silly shit. You know, so practice on demo for like, most of your practice should be being done on a simulator because it's faster, more efficient, and you get the data. Because when you use a simulator, it's going to sum up all of your strategies, especially with advancements in the industry that we're pushing. We're making these advancements to where the simulator is now going to give you feedback on your trades. So once you get feedback, it's going to be way better. You basically have like a mentor mentoring you, right? So it's a lot different process. Compared to just demo and then you don't know what's going on demo. Demo is great to practice your routine, to practice your day-to-day, but you don't need to be on it for too long. Because you want that little bit of risk, little bit of pressure, right? So demo is good, maybe stay on it for like a month or so, couple of months when you first start after simulating, and then go straight onto a live account, risking 0.01 lots, and then work from there.
That's actually where I'm at right now. So I feel like going back to demo or going back to just simulating might be a step back, even though I'm not profitable yet, but you know.
It's not a
Maybe.
step back. It's not a step back. It's gonna help you get you faster to it. Like go simulate and then, you know, then practice. This is your plan on.
Yeah, but
This is fine. Yeah, simulate will help it actually, trust. And then just risk 0.01. You see guys, this is PipLabs version number 5. We now have insights. So every time you do a simulation, we have AI driven insights that are going to give you goals, right? So this is what to enhance your performance considering the following progressive targets, right? Aim for better. Given the metrics, I recommend using the Trade Insights tool to analyze your trades with stop loss and take profits. This will help you identify any hygiene issues in your entry strategy, right? So then you would go and you'd go look at your trade. So when you go to simulation, you can go and analyze your trades. And we're just adding this soon. You'll be able to have a trade replay here. So you can click on your trade and you'll be able to see the replay, the screenshots with the calendar and stuff like that. This is what's going to really get you moving, right? Your setups, this is going to be super important. I know this is advanced, yes, but to be able to see how your setups work over time, right? You can start to prune out setups that don't really work, right? Setup 3, breakout, retest, 19 trades, 84% win rate, frequency, 82%, total profit, $5,000. I can start to see that. What have I traded mostly on? GBP USD. What session has it worked the best? London session, most of my trades. Asia, a little bit. Time frame, you know, which we haven't rigged yet. Obviously, you know, checking your strategy win rate, seeing all your trades, your trade results, right? What days you're more profitable on. Like this is the data. This, you can't really get this type of stuff with demo. It takes too long, right? It takes a lot of work, but this does the work for you. This does the work for you. Five minutes for gold to close above. Let's see what happens. Yes, Kyle, that's always a good one to do that. Sometimes when I refresh, I don't get up the V5 pop-up screen. Yes, because it's we put it once every 24 hours. I told everyone to bookmark that tab. Right? You can type in your browser /V5 /simulator. Or go to your browser history. And there should be a button as well. But keep in mind, if you are part of Middle East or India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, all of these countries, you're going to have possible slowdowns because of this cable. This cable supplies our servers. So our servers are in max load now, running both V5 and V4. We've got emails from Cloudflare, from our servers and stuff like that, you know. I mean, one of our server, they're telling 30% reduction in speeds. Would you consider adding silver to our trading portfolio? I've been trading at prime favorable. I mean, I'm happy with my pair selection, but there's no doubt that you can't add it. A lot of people like silver. And it's good, yeah. Harry, you should start PipLabs broker when you want to move forward. A lot of brokers out there. Please, may I know the leverage on your broker because other brokers have 1 to 2,000. Fuck's sake, man. Anyone promoting 1 to 2,000, stay away. That's just a ticket to blow your money. I'm waiting for silver on PipLabs. It's there. It's there. Should be there 100%. If not, I add it today. I'll be very surprised if I didn't add it. That's silly of us. That's Let's see. Yeah, we didn't add it. Okay, today it'll be added. We have it. It's just not added on V5. Yeah. Today we'll put it. We have it. Man, I was hoping for gold to close above. We get something exciting. DAX is well back in the range. Looks like market waiting for CPI tomorrow. Is there any sort of confirmation on any psychology on inside wick? What do you mean by inside wick? Yeah, Tony. CPI, big one, you know, especially with all of the shit that's been going on. You guys see the new iPhone? Freaking expensive, man. That is nuts. 4.6k dirhams. What is that? 1.5k dollars? For a phone, bro. I remember when I was younger and buying BlackBerry was the flex, man. Now what? We're making 1.5k dollars phone? All right, here's the open here on DAX. So we close back in the range, 1 hour close back on the range. Same plans are still valid. If we want to break out this range, we can. So buys above, sells below. It looks cool. Yeah, it's a very, very good camera. I like the camera. I need a new phone. Mine is super outdated, but it still works, so I still use it. But it's pretty fucked up, my phone. Flip Motorola was the best? No, classic Nokia, man. The classic Nokia was the best. Who remembers the Nokia where you double tap the up button and you have a torch at the top of the phone like this? I used to always go double tap the up button and then you have a torch at the top like this. I used to pretend it was a gun. The Red Sea internet cable cut is a big deal, 70%. Yeah, man, they really messed it up. I wrote the ads for Nokia in the 90s. For every hand, there's a Nokia. Damn, that's sick, man. I didn't know that, John. That's insane. That's very cool. My first mobile phone had an antenna. I remember those, man. We'll see if gold wants to set up here. We'll see in about 13 minutes. DAX is trying to push down. I would prefer some structure. Phone with snake game. Yes, bro. The snake game. I remember, bro. I remember. Massive rejection from the bottom of the range here. 4 hour, massive. If we take this breakout buy, where's stops gonna go? Need to go full aggressive stops. Crashing? What's crashing? Oh, Euro USD. Gold ranging until news maybe? I mean, it would be waiting for tomorrow's news, but it's just London is not enough traders coming in through London today. Would set up good for NY. NY we could see some good action. But London right now, gold is just, John is right here. He's predicted the range correctly. We are stuck in a range. Can too much screen time decrease trading performance or increase? When you're a beginner, it is normal to have heavy screen time. I was always on the screen trying to get this shit down. I think that did help. You know, long term it helped. But as I start to get advanced, there's a reverse. It doesn't help. It starts to take away because now you overthink, you do too much, and then you burn yourself out. Not burn yourself out, I can't do it. No, but you just start to become mush. So I think as a beginner, yeah, you know, spend as much, like when you're passionate, you have the motivation, spend that, you know, spend that time. Is temp increase or decrease? On what? Temperature on what? Increase or decrease? Why did you stop trading on NY? I still trade it. I just don't trade it on YouTube. Every day I'm sending my plans in the exclusive group. We speak about NY. You guys can see the discussion here. Speak about different trades. Here I send my basically exactly what I'm looking for. The plans where I'm looking on the open buys, sells below. And then if, you know, all the plans I send here basically right before they happen. See, buys above here. That was the plan. And then the buys come through, close above, take the buy. Boom. Happy days. Stuff like that. Take anything in NY? Not yesterday, no. Yes, I'm new and I'm spending 8 hours of my day. Yeah, that's normal when you're new. You know, I was doing the same. You go live today? Yes. NYSE. See you guys there. When I started 2 years ago, I was all the time on the charts. Then I took a week off when I could not take it anymore. It's a smart decision, man. I didn't take the week off. I had this mindset that if I miss a week of trading, I will miss everything in the market that's ever happened since 1995. That was my mindset. So I went all in. What did happen on that week? Lost. Money gone. Man, the market's here to stay, man. You just, you know, you only deep what, 1-2 years in the market? What about all of the time since 1995 you weren't trading? You didn't tell you're missing that, right? But that was my mindset. 1 week, 1 day I cannot miss. Bank holiday, I'm there. In case bank holiday moves today. Really. That's how I was. Bank holiday, I'm there. Trading bank holiday. Seeing if I can find something. What happens on bank holiday? Lose. All the time, man. At one point, I said I need to attend every session. London, NY, and Asian. Then the market will give me a move guaranteed. This is how I'm going to become a millionaire. Yeah, millionaire with no life. Right? Money is not fun if you don't have the time to enjoy it. Right? People forget about that. You could work all day, print money, print money, print money. Let's say you work so hard, you make $100,000 and then you're like, you've worked everything you've given. all of your last power. And then you made $100,000, you're like, I can relax. I promise you, that $100,000 will be gone like that. You can't even buy property with that. You can't even buy a car with that. But, you know, at the time when you're starting with $10,000, to make $100,000 is a big achievement. But in real life, it's no application. So what you need, sustainability and consistency. Something that is not sustainable, but something that you can stick to for a long amount of time. That's not only going to make you $100,000, but every month it's going to put money into your pocket, money into your pocket, money into your pocket, while having the freedom. Because today, after this stream, I can go do what the fuck I want to do. Right? That's the difference. Go live again in NY? Come join us exclusive. Today I'm live in NY if you want to join. Gold is trying? Yeah, I'm looking. 6 minutes though. We have to survive 6 minutes. What's harder to recover from? Blown account or broken mindset? I think a blown account will break the mindset anyways. So you always have to look at what is the root cause. Everyone who has a psychological problem has, not problem, but psychological difficulty comes from a root cause. Something that's caused you pain in life, right? Many people need pain to make a change, right? Whether it be a relationship break, a hard childhood, some sort of pain, there needs to be a factor that is the root cause. So the blown account will be the root cause in that scenario, right? So you have to realize that, I know it sounds pretty grim and pretty dark, but in order to be successful, your success comes from your pain. So you need to fail, you need to get fucked up, you need to realize that this shit is super hard. Only then do you start to succeed. And it's so annoying because every time you're in a shitty position, I sit there with my hands in my head and be like, why is this so hard? And then I think to myself, the harder this becomes, the less likely others are supposed to follow, and I'm deserving a place in the hierarchy that is there to be deserved. I'm not given that place, I've deserved that place. And the ones who deserve to be there are the ones who have to go through this. And then I also think, well, on the opposite side of this is something bigger. Because in order to get through this, I will have to evolve and become a person that is way bigger than what I am today. And when I learned that, that is where changes started to happen. So I sit there with my hands in my head in my hands, thinking to myself, this sucks, but I know the only way is through. And once I know it sounds like some fucking motivation speech, but it's just fact. You know, it's just fact. And really, things start to change and you start to see, you know, progress start to happen. But it's not easy, right? And my heart goes out to everyone grinding because I know the grind. But I can sit here and stay true to it that I've been through it too. And I know, and I'll be honest, there's a lot of people who are not going to go through it or be able to survive that to get to their goals. And it will be a process of elimination. What painful is when you wait for 3-4 trades calmly, no FOMO, then miss an A+ trade? How do you get over that? Is that the only A+ trade there'll be in your life? That's how you get over that. What are you in a rush for? You're in a rush to make money. Money doesn't come in a rush. Rushing to get money will make you broke. The only time money comes in a rush is when you win the lottery or win something gambling. I'll ask you a statistic. Go find what happens to most people who win lotteries or win a lot of money gambling. They most likely lose it. And also tell me the fucking percentage of people to win a lottery. Very low, man. Not even worth it.
I read somewhere you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning.
I won't be surprised, Alexia. I really won't. You know.
Somebody did the statistics. Since we're talking about psychology and stuff, I just experienced something really interesting for the first time in my trading career. I started a journal, and for about 3 weeks, I was actually profitable for the first time ever. Like it wasn't like 2 trades that are good for me, but it was actually like 2-3 weeks of stuff. And And now, 3 trades in a row, 4 trades, just completely ruined the whole thing for me. But it was an interesting feeling, something new. I can definitely, I think, get used to this. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the trades you took are just silly mistakes. Like today, you just take a random buy, right? When
Yeah.
I'm telling you not to take it, you know?
I'm trying not to follow you completely 100%, you know, like a copycat.
Yeah,
Trying to,
yeah.
yeah.
But when I'm telling, but you have to use that advice because regardless, I respect that, but I do have more experience than you. And if I'm saying it's a bad idea because of these reasons, it's probably gonna be more of a bad idea. You know? So
I would have kept my parabolic streak if I just listened more. And every time you say no, just stay out of the trade.
exactly. I mean, if you want to try a different entry, that's a different. Like, let's say you're happy to enter on the pullback, but if I'm looking at the same breakout as you and I decide not to take the same breakout, it's probably not a good idea for you too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're looking at something else, being like, you know what, I'm happy buying this pullback down here. That's my plan. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll make that adjustment. Thank you.
Oh, good. 1 minute for this candle to close. If we close any deeper, it's going to make it tough for us. We're already dealing with 40 pips here. Can we run a smaller stop loss? We have this 5-minute structure. It's hard to run. I think we could aggressively run below the key level. And that's being aggressive as possible. And if this comes back in the range, we'll just get out. So key level, we have at least a couple of levels of protection. We have this 5-minute structure. We have this 5-minute structure. We have this, and we have the key level here. So it will be enough for us to get away with that, to optimize stop loss. But if we hold drawdown here, it's not going to be fun. And I don't like these big LTAs. So I actually would prefer to get out by then, right? If we're going to fail and come and fill this LTA, I would prefer to get out by then. So let's see how this candle closes here. We need a bottom wick, and then breaking the high will be the only way. So we're looking at about 20 something-ish pip, 28 pip stop loss, break even at this resistance here, and then hopefully we get volume. That's if we close above. I mean, there's a possibility we just dump below in the last 16 seconds. It happens. All right, let's see if we can get a bottom wick here. Yeah, so there's our bottom wick. So we'll give it a shot here, break of high. That's what I'll need to see, break of high. Good close for me, valid close. I would want to take a wick fill, but it is nice. It is giving us a little bit more pips here. 6 pips is quite a lot, 7 pips, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it without. We are closing below 5-minute resistance. We close above, right? Old one, but it's based on 15 this, right? We're going break of high. If based on 5-minute, yes, it's a problem, but based on 15, we have to just accept it like that, you know? All right, so that broke it on my broker. Like I said, stock below here. Even DAX is setting up right now. We have previous 1 hour on gold. Yeah, this one here, but we have this big wick crossing through it. That is my, you know, goal is to push through it. Hopefully this wick will be enough, which is this double 50-minute candles. So the 50-minute candle didn't react to it here, didn't react to it here. So I'm trying to push through. That's going to be my goal. Relying on that 15 to get through. If this wasn't here, it's a problem, you know. Otherwise, we just have no choice. We just worry about all these levels and take no trades. I was hoping more volume to begin with. Break the high and start to continue. So we need to see how it retests these zones here. But so far, not getting the volume I wanted to see. 1 minute looked great here. Look at this 1 minute structure. You know. So we need to respect 1 minute structure. And then see what's up. Looked like we had some good volume coming in here, but now we're slowing down a bit. Let's see if we can get the next candle to give some volume or what. Your stream win rate doesn't show? What's going on with that? Oh yeah, what happened there? I think it got adjusted. Damn, last second 5 minute close, pretty strong bearish here. So we need to respect this 5 minute structure. So it might want to retest this 5 minute structure. I don't mind a retest towards this 5 minute structure. It's not a bad thing. So once we retest the 5 minute structure, we want to see a reaction if it wants to. So that would be our level of protection. Otherwise, we just have to see how this wants to react. I mean, it should retest this 15, previous 15. We should see a reaction. That's okay for that to happen. It's just very low volume at the moment. This next 1 minute might want to retest this previous 15 here. And then, or my box. And then we need to see reaction from the box. No reaction from the box. It's not good sign. All right, here's our previous 15 retest. Here's our box retest. So this is where we want to see a reaction here. We want to see this 1 minute flip back into the range. So now we've taken out these lows, retested the lows. We want to see it flip back into the range. Hmm, 5 minute close below here. I just noticed that. Interesting. Very interesting. Close that at broker below for me on my broker. Yeah, if it breaks these 5 minute lows, it's probably going to drive down further. So I'm going to move my stop loss to these 5 minute lows, save on a little bit here. Because that's what will happen. If we break those lows, it's going to probably drive down further. So that's my plan. We just need some bullish pressure on the 5, but there's just no bullish pressure on the 5. It's just super struggling. So we want some buyers to come back in. We'll see if some buyers can come back in. If there's no buyers today, then that's it. So we just need some buyers to come back in. Coming close, let's see. All right, so I took out there. So saved on a couple of pips here. How much we save on? About 5 pips. Yeah, 5 pips. So not bad, not bad. No buyers came in today. Pretty standard, man. No buyers gonna come in today. I'm not gonna be able to take a buy, obviously. And that's it. So good trade here. We took this trade based on basically this 1 hour momentum since the beginning of the day. Break of 1 hour high, 30-minute candle break of highs here. We had 15-minute candle close above after grabbing liquidity. How many times here did we grab liquidity? We grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liquidity grabs. 5 liquidity grabs finally closing above. We failed to close below here. We had room to this next resistance here, which was my break-even point here. So today, if gold wanted to go up, this has to be the breakout. But we are now just ranging, which is something I cannot control. If I'm here to take a trade, I'm not going to be scared to take a trade. At the end of the day, we are just ranging, faking out, not doing anything today. classic if price is not going to have any volume. We've been very blessed at the volume at all-time high. It's been some great trading at all-time high. Big moves here, but sometimes price needs to take a break. We don't know exactly when it wants to take a break. It's decided to take one now. So pretty normal, to be honest. And part of the plan. Very good trade. Take it 100 times. And that's it, man. And that's it. So very interesting that we did break out of the range though. If we wanted to stay, I would have wanted to see it reject the top of the range here before breaking out. But yeah, looks like we will stay in the range here for the day. DAX trying to close above here. Yeah, big wick though. 5-minute closing bearish. My re-entry options on gold is gonna be, yeah, I probably want to be trading from a pullback here, not a breakout. Yeah, pretty standard trade. We're getting in around that 4-hour continuation spot. Rebreak of the high. Yeah, pretty nice, man. I like this trade a lot. 5-minute structure there, yes. 5-minute change of structure, yes. 5-minute close above structure, yes. Oh yeah, I like this trade a lot, man. This made sense. LTA on 15, yes. 30-minute LTA, yes. Wick to fill, yes. Would you say it rejected previous 1 hour? Every trade you're going to find mistake. You're just not going to be able to trade anymore if you just try to overthink. This is where people overthink and not take trades anymore. Everyone is going to say that. So then ask me this question. Why do we have a double LTA here? Clean candles here, clean candles here. We have a double LTA. If that wasn't there, then yeah, we're buying straight into a 1 hour. But we're buying into this. This is a wick on a 30-minute, wick on a 1 hour. This is not rejecting off the 1 hour. This is giving us space to trade to here. That is our target. So if we're going to consider all of those factors, we just don't trade today. And you wait for an A+ trade. Because without that, it's an A+ trade. But how are you going to find an A+ trade every single day? It's very hard. You're just not going to become a trader. Look at the price action we get stuck in today, guys. It is barcoding. Look at this. Barcodes. We are just getting stuck in barcodes. It's nothing to do. With volume, it would have pushed through everything. You know? So it's up to you. If you only want to look for A+ trades, you can do that. But maybe you're looking at maybe 1 to 2 trades a month max. Yeah, 1 to 2 trades a month, which could be enough for you, right? 1 to 2 trades a month. On 28th of August, you started the stream and took an L. Let's have a look, man. We need to check. That's why I keep a journal. Journal is the best one. Stream, sometimes, you know, we need to check the journal. So 28th is when I took an L. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's right. Well spotted. Good. Let's make sure to add, let's add 5 losses to the journal so no one says that anymore in the future. So we just add random 5 losses. Only joking. Yeah, hope you're all well, Joe. Heard what was happening. Hope everything's good on your side. Good to see you, man, actually. Harry, I saw all your videos, applied them. My market's working properly on gold, but I trade for 6 to 7 hours daily, which mentally disturbs me. How much time do I spend? I'd say spend max 2 hours every session. So that's 4 hours max. It's not great, but we're all safe for now. Anyways, no derby downers on stream. Take care. No, it's okay. You can, you know, this is something serious, man. Well, you know, you're always welcome to come out to Dubai, you know. Plenty of teachers here. No one wants to see a post-session analysis? What's this? Here's Niagara Falls, guys. You want to see Niagara Falls? Niagara Falls. Anyways, I'm heading off now. If people are going to head off stream as well, I'm going to head off. Take care all. Good trade. Take it again. Part of the plan. Remember, I write it here. If you read what Nightbot is going to say, I wrote it here in chat. This stream is for transparency plus learning. I take wins and losses live and trade for myself, not others, because this is real trading. If you're looking for perfection in every trade, then you need to find a different dream, right? Find a different hobby. Don't be a trader. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be a great idea. So this is part of the game. I take losses all the time. And that's it. So sweet. Appreciate you all. Take care. Trade sharp. And hopefully catch you guys very, very soon, alright?